Hello, hello, Zen friends. Welcome, welcome to Sunday morning's messages of love from above. And hope everyone has had and is having a great weekend. I know those of you on the other side of the planet, you've reached your Sunday evening. So I'm sorry. But good to see everyone. I'm excited to see what comes through for our readings today. I can't believe it's Sunday already. It's what is it today? The 23rd. We got like 1 week left ish in the month of March. First quarter gone out of the year. What is going on? So happy to have you all here. And before we get started, let us bring in some wonderful energy. We're going to bring in the singing bowl, and this will help us with all this wonderful energy that's going on, help us balance and kind of ground ourselves. So I'll hit the singing bowl 3 times. And as I'm doing that, just imagine a giant waterfall of unconditional love energy flow down into our hearts, fill us up and flow out into our minds, our thoughts, our emotions, into our energetic field, our auras, our chakras, into our physical body, into all our cells, our blood, our joints, our muscles, all our organs, and then flow out to the world. And as we're doing that, if you take some deep breaths and think about things that you're grateful for in this moment, and just thank the creator, the universe for it. And that helps raise our love vibration. The vibration of the singing bowl helps raise our love vibration, and that prepares us for life, but also for all the messages from spirit too. So let's do this. All right, here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you guys so much for joining me in doing that. Feel all your energies just adding in. So beautiful, beautiful. I'll move that over here. So, hey, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see everyone. Happy Sunday. Um, Before I start the spiels and do all the little starting stuff before we get into readings, I did want to read you just a little bit from this beautiful book, You Are a Channel by Sarah Landon. I just finished it. We're actually kind of reading over different parts of it during our Praying Mantis session as we learn to open up. We're all channels, we all can hear from spirit. And she actually channels it's my little surfboard bookmark from Hawaii. But anyway, she channels the council, and they talk like a last message to everyone, and it was so on point for our journeys that I wanted to read this. It's just a little bit here, but it's powerful, and Spirit was like, share this. So I wanted to share it with all of you. So thank you for your patience in doing this real quick. But it starts off, and this is her channeling the council. And it says, "We are so pleased and delighted to have the opportunity to speak with you on this fine and glorious day indeed. You are everything you wish to be. You already are. You are a steward of divine love in the world. You are so much more powerful than you could ever know. Your purpose for being, your purpose for being here in a body is to love, is to have fun, and to experience great joy. You knew when you came into this experience that not all moments would be perfect joy. You knew that there would be a range of emotions that you would experience in your time here. You knew that some days would be joyful and fun, while others would be full of grief and struggle. But you were not afraid. You are a courageous being. You knew your own strength. You knew your own power. You came forth knowing that you could overcome anything that you endured in this human experience. You are courageous, and you knew that you could overcome it all because you are a divine being. You knew that. You knew that you were here for the fun of it, for the joy of it, and for everything else that came along with it. The sadness, the grief, and the struggle you have experienced in your life has served you. It has taught you great love. It has taught you great compassion. It has taught you how to feel. That is very important. It has broken you open, and that is a wonderful thing. There is not any experience that you will undergo as a human that is ever wasted. Each moment serves. Each experience teaches. Each experience helps you go deeper into the remembrance of who you are. The only purpose, the only reason is to remember the divine being that looks out beyond your eyes, that is connected to all things, that is powerful beyond words. You are a steward for divine love because divine love is what you are. It is what you came here to bring to others, to humanity, and to yourself. Love of self is the greatest thing that you can achieve. If you can learn, dear one, to love yourself, to truly, truly love yourself, then you will find the peace that you desire. You will find the love that you desire in your life. You will find the harmony in all things. You will foster great bonds with other humans and with the non physical guides and beings that are available to you. It is a feeling of worthiness that eventually gives you the permission to allow all of this into your life. And once you know your infinite worth, once you know how important you are, everything becomes available to you. Everything begins to show up the way you have dreamed it to be. Your greatest desires will unfold for you, but it is on the other side of this wall that you have put up around your heart. You must take down the wall so that you may really, truly feel the love that you are. That is your power. You are divine love. You are the force of love in the world. And the only thing that's holding you back is fully allowing your own love to be realized by you. And from there, you invite in everything to your experience. You invite in the love that you desire so deeply with another. You allow in the bonds and the connections with humanity. You invite in the forces of all things to support you. There is a great ease with allowing in all the support that is here for you to guide you, to show you the way. It is a wonderful thing. As you go forth in your day, remember that you are the steward of divine love in the world. We are always with you. We are always available to you. You are everything you wish to be. You already are. It is all within you, and it always will be. We love you. We love you. We love you. And with that, we are complete. Wow. Powerful. That's why I wanted to share it with you guys. So thank you for your patience in me reading that. And hopefully it hits you like it hit me. It's everything that comes through in readings really just kind of all nicely summed up. So I wanted to share that. So thank you, thank you. All right. Hey everybody. Hey Debbie. Hey everyone. So good to see everyone. All right. Okay. I have to like center myself now. It's such powerful energy. And I almost feel like I was channeling the council myself right now. Beautiful, beautiful energy of love. So thank you, everyone, for being here today. All my Zen friends, happy to have you here. And if you're new to my channel, new to these readings, I'm bruddaZEN, and we have all these wonderful Zen friends here. And they have huge hearts, great senses of humor, two amazing things to have in our journey of humanity. So welcome. Where there's always room for more Zen friends, so you're definitely welcome here. Quickly, how the free readings work. We just go down through the chat, first come, first serve. There's no special list. The chat is it. We try to keep it simple. All you do is put your question out there. If you don't want to put your business out there, or you're like, I don't know what I want to know, just you can ask for a general reading and we'll see what spirit has for you. Free readings are 1 to 2 cards. If anyone makes a donation, I do prioritize those, honor that energy exchange, and I step out of the free readings, dive deeper, meaning I pull more cards for that. So if you're interested in being prioritized and also having a deeper than a couple cards, donation of any kind will do that. You can use the super chat at the bottom or in the description box of the video. I have my Venmo, my Cash App, my PayPal, and my Square. So whatever you want to use and whatever dollar amount. I don't have set dollar amounts because I know everyone's cost of living varies across the world. A penny to one person's $1 million to another, and $1 million to someone could be a penny to someone else. So whatever you give from your heart is the perfect amount. After the donations, then my YouTube channel members get the second priority for their free readings. And we got some in here. You'll see their names in green with little badges. We've got Christina Lowe. Hello, hello. And Lucky. Hello. Let's see here. We've got Chloe Jade. Hello. And let me see here. Let me scroll, scroll, scroll. Don't and Happy Pill. So good to see you all and good to see everyone here. My YouTube channel members get priority during these sessions. And then Sundays are different than my other days. Sunday, I always will come back on and complete out all readings. But on Fridays and Saturdays, if I don't have all the time to be able to do that, my donations and my YouTube channel members, I always make sure to complete those. And also, we get together on Thursday evenings. We have 2 levels: Zen Cricket, $2.99 a month; Praying Mantis, $7.99 a month. And we have like a 2 to 3 hour, sometimes 4 hour session where we do tarot readings, oracle readings, past life readings, talk about all sorts of stuff as well. And then my Praying Mantis members, which is the higher level, they get Friday and Saturday night. And then after these Sunday afternoon sessions, we spend at least an hour, sometimes an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours, sometimes we go longer, depending on spirit, you know. So if you're interested in that, there is a link down in the description box how you can do that. Also, they get advanced access to all the videos I put out each month. We have weekly Zen, what do we call them? Zen Bytes, because they're little bite-size videos. They're just like really like 3 minutes or so videos that talk about how to maintain their Zen or return to our Zen. We got new moon, full moon videos when the sun changes signs. We get the Zen Gate portal readings and videos and monthly quest videos, Equinox and Solstice quarterly videos, and all sorts of stuff. So they get advanced access to that too. In fact, let me share some of these with you real quick. If you haven't checked out, we've got a wonderful new moon solar eclipse next week. So hold on here. Let me try this. There we go. So that one just came out yesterday. So I put on here, buckle up for the Aries new moon solar eclipse. So you can find out some energies and what spirit wants us to know there. Of course, we also went into Aries season. So happy birthday to all you Aries sun babies. That actually breaks down. It has a bonus card for each individual zodiac sign. That runs, of course, March 20th to April 20th. And then, as I mentioned, I know I'm talking really fast. Sorry. That energy really got me going from that book. Um, Equinox card readings we have for each of the elements like fire signs, air signs, water signs, etc. And there actually is even a little bonus card in each for each individual sign to add a little bit on there. So let's see. I think those are the big ones. Well, we got the Zen Bite. I can't leave the Zen Bite out. I like this one because it was called Act, but wait, but act, but wait. It was like this. Do it, but wait, but do it, but wait. It was really a fun video. But so those are all free and available to everyone. But like I said, I record them 2, 3, sometimes 4 weeks in advance, and so my Zen my Praying Mantis members, they do get advanced access to all of those things. So, hey, Amazing Grace, another of my YouTube channel members. Good to see you. Blah, blah, blah. I think that's a lot of what I wanted to talk about. Like I said, we have a week left in the month of March, and my personal readings, which I do personal readings, and I have a hedge of peace and love, those are on sale. I had them on sale for my birthday month in February, but I extended it into March. So no fooling, April 1st, they will go back to regular price. So if you want to have a personal reading, you can check those out. It includes I have 4 specialized type readings: relationship readings, life purpose readings, past life readings, and birthday readings too. So if you're interested, there's a link down below. If you click on it, it takes you to a website that tells you what comes with each, the prepackaged, but you can also, there's just a personal recorded reading where you're like, here's all my questions, blah, and then we also from spirit. So so there we go. Blah 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 blah. I think that's everything. So I do have the Enchanted for Haxa Tarot, and I also have the Ravenous Dracon, but I'm feeling like coming back to the Enchanted one. I've been bouncing back and forth this weekend. So let's dive in. I do have um, some donations, so we'll start there. Let me just bring these up here so I can see who is on first, and then we'll take a look here. All right. And then Christina. Okay, good. So you did see the little link. And for anyone else, like last Saturday, not yesterday, but last Saturday, when the Mercury retrograde started, when I came back on in the late session for the makeup session, when I came back on to finish out all the donations and free readings, it was an hour and 40-minute video, but only 35 minutes was recorded and live. Something happened, and I was talking to myself for an hour or so. Well, Spirit and I were talking, but so a big portion didn't get their readings. So I actually went on the next morning, Sunday morning, like this morning, but I went on 30 minutes early, um, and then recorded them all. So if you check that video from last Saturday night, you'll see it's like a 35-minute video, which is a short video for normally for our sessions. In the description box, it has the link to the Sunday morning, and it has the order in which I completed the readings because I redid it that exact way. So if you want to check those out. And Christina, it looks like you, um, that's fun. You don't have to apologize. You know, chat, chat, chat. This is what is great is we're a community, right? So yeah, chat with each other. I don't mind that at all. Um, And, I do like I feel like you asked more detailed questions. So I think you had just asked, "How's your grandma?" And, oh, yeah, okay, they were mending now. It was like, "What's my relationship with my grandmother? How is her health? And anything I can do to help?" So definitely check that out because there's some information in there, and they were different than these questions. So we'll dive more into these too. Okay, I wanted to mention that. In case there was anyone else that was like, "Oh, yeah, I missed my reading too." You can go check it out. I put the link in this chat, um, a little bit ago, so you can check those out and get more messages, because we love hearing from spirit, right? All right. So now let's get started. All right, so we'll start here. I do have via the Cash App. We'll have Amazing Grace. You'll be up first. And then we have Nelia. Hey, Nelia, Nelia. Let's see here. Let me check timestamps. We have two from Nelia. And then we will jump to Christina. And let me just look back and forth here. Okay, and then we'll have Chloe Jade. Thank you. I see your donation there via Square. All right, and then I think that's it for right now. All right. So thank you guys again so much for all the thumbs up too. It really helps spread the Zen love, and thank you for being part of the love tsunami. And I appreciate you being here and all your love and all your support. I feel all your energy, and it's beautiful. So thank you. All right. So, Amazing Grace, you are up. Oh. So, thank you for your donation. I always have to say via the Cash App. I don't know why I go into like a German for Cash App, but there you go. I do have German heritage. Maybe that's some channeling an ancestor. I don't know. But so Amazing Grace. I am in such a giddy mood. I think it's because I mean, one from that book, that energy, it's amazing. Um, but I was on for probably 10, 11, 12 hours yesterday doing readings, and it is beautiful. You know, when you're channeling the love from above, you can't help but, be a bit giddy because they are. They're always laughing. It's joy. So I love it. And then all your guys' love too. I just feel like giggling. I don't know what's going on. All right. So, Amazing Grace, let's dive in here and let's look into what you want to know about your husband. So, what does spirit want you to know about your husband? Uh, I tell you what, like I can't help smiling. It's almost hurting my cheeks. All right. Well, I got 3, 2, 1. So there is a countdown here. We'll see what we're going on here. Okay. Well, you got the judgment card on the bottom. And I like this here with this energy um, because I feel like this is them. Because this is like you normally our higher self calling us here. But I feel like this, because what I was getting is this isn't from spirit, this is from your future husband's higher self. He's calling, pick up, babe, I'm calling you." I like that. You have the Ace of Cups on the bottom here, which is the love, the love, the love that they have for you, and this is beautiful. So it's the countdown, which I think you asked one of your readings, like, you wanted to hear from them. What do they have for you? I thought you got a 3, 2, 1 countdown too, but I might just be imagining that or dreamt about it. You never know. So let's take like you're definitely manifesting him in, right? You're like, boom, like a little, pulse or like a lighthouse going, I'm here, come from the sea, come into the port, right? All right. So you have three cards first, and your first one is the Two of Fire, the Two of Wands, which is a good like a confirmation. You are drawing them in, and uh, it's a good clarity about whatever we focus on is what we draw to us, right? And the twos of the minor arcana talk about choice, right? So one of the energies is the power of choice. Every moment we get to choose higher vibration, unconditional love and joy and laughter and gratitude and play and expansion and that higher stuff. And then the lower vibration, what we come here to experience, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just heavy and low and rooted in fear, and it's limiting and powerless. And yeah, and we come here to experience it. And it's a choice. There's no wrong choice. It's just brings different experiences and different outcomes. And so it's a good reminder, be aware of where we're focusing. Because gratitude is an energy of having and have had, which opens our receiving manifestation. It allows, because we're telling the universe, I really love this and this and this. Great, I'll bring you more of that. When I'm focusing on wanting and needing and fearing and hating, of course, we draw in what we hate, we draw in what we fear, or we repel out of our lives the things we fear losing. But our energy of want and need, which is a big aha to realize in life, that that's lack, because the only time I need something is when I'm lacking something. The only time I feel like I want something is when I'm lacking something. So lacking energy invites more lack. So if I want a husband, or I want a job or more money or whatever, actually push it away because my energy is I like lack. So it's a good energy that, awareness around it is, all right, so I'm gonna focus on that. I learned it a lot, just a real quick story, because when I was in corporate life, I worked like a dog, 4 times. This is my perception anyway. I worked 4 times harder than everyone else to get promotions and get raises and get bonuses, and I'd get a meets expectations. And then I'd be like, "Ugh, what the hell? Really?" I'm like, "All right, fine. I'm just gonna go back to doing just my job and doing a fourth of what I was doing before, just meeting expectations, since it doesn't seem to do anything for doing all that extra stuff." So I'm like, I'm grateful for the job that I have and the people that I'm around and the money I make. It's all good and everything. And so it's a place of gratitude. And then doing a fourth of the work, I'd get the raises, the promotions, the bonuses. And I was like, "What?" But it wasn't until I, started doing readings and things that that message came through about the energy, and I'm like, "It makes so much sense now." I was want, need, and pushed it away. I released it, gratitude, gratitude, and it came flying in. So I love that. So hopefully that helps. But I like this. I feel for you, Amazing Grace, this is like, your future husband saying, "Yes, you're manifesting." And the more you focus on gratitude and the love you do have in your life and the loves you have had in your life, it opens the conduit and it draws us, together faster too. So I love that. Let's see what else here. You have the nine of air. Yeah, this is the letting go of those fears and those expectations around love and around those things. It's like you've been releasing a lot of the supposed tos and the shoulds and the need tos and the have tos and the must. And it's great, because when we have all these rules, again, that's, all these fears, and because that's what, all these swords are small t truths rooted in fear, aka expectations. And so if I have expectations around who they're supposed to be, and what they should be bring to a relationship, and who they're supposed to be in the relationship, and how a relationship is supposed to start, and how it's supposed to unfold, and what it's supposed to bring to me, and who I'm supposed to be in the relationship, and who I'm supposed to be in life, it's exhausting, right? Just thinking about all that. And this nine of air, nine of swords, is the nightmare and insomnia card. Like, all this fear and all these expectations, all this stress, it wears me out. And we're to the point. A nine is the endings card, right? And so it's like I'm almost so exhausted. I'm ready to say, screw all that and get rid of all that. I'm gonna live, right? And this is what's great is, like, because the 10 of swords is the I'm done, I'm out the door, and it's actually the leaving and the beginning. Nine is we're to the point of, all right, I am done with all this stuff, but the 10 is when we're actually leaving it, right? So you're like at this verge of just chunking all these old beliefs that don't serve you anymore, and this is freeing you. And I feel like kind of this is like a kudos from your future husband going, you got it, you got it, boo. You're just nailing it." And I like that. And the seven of pentacles, seven of earth, which is, I know, patience. It's coming, it's coming. Trust timing, it's going to be perfect. But you're also, both of you are getting into your energies. You're both releasing things that you don't want to bring into the relationship. And so it's like it's like if you knew that you were going to be moving to Hawaii, um and you're going to move into a new house, and that's where you guys are going to live, and that's where you're going to meet him. You're going through all your, your baggage, all your possessions, everything else going, nope, because it costs money. You only can only bring so much luggage on the plane, and the rest of it you have to ship over. And you're like, you're really looking at what is it that I want to bring into that. And that's the kind of energy. It's like you're taking the time, and it's giving you that time to mentally dump things, transform things, emotionally dump things and transform things, energetically, again, dump things, transform things, and physical world too, purging. What am I getting rid of that I don't need to bring into this relationship? And this is the preparation time. It's like, it's exciting, right? So I love that. And then the two cards that came out together. Yeah. And this is beautiful. You got the Queen of Fire, which I really feel like represents your energy. um, and the Seven of Fire, the Seven of Wands. Queen of Fire, you know, passion, energy, whatever you put your mind to, you accomplish, but a great connection to spirit, both energetically, and the Queen of Wands has cups behind the scenes. So she also has that empathic heart connection to the spirit world. And the Seven of Wands is being true to yourself, not dimming your light, not asking permission to shine, not needing to defend yourself. And what I love about this is that this is your future husband that's telling you they love who you are. They love you being the unique you. They don't want you to put on airs and apologize for who you are, which is good because you won't, but they support all that. They're right behind you. If people are like, well, she's a little bit rough, and when she says things, it's like she speaks the truth. If you can't handle it, don't talk to her. I like that kind of because he appreciates all this stuff about you. So I love this. This is like a huge I love you, I love you, I love you. These are the things I love about you, babe, kind of reading that's coming through. And it's exciting. All right. And then the number one here. Yeah, Queen of Earth. Something else that he loves about you, Queen of Pentacles, this mother nature, mother nurture energy. He sees what a beautiful nurturer you are, and he sees you as the capacity and capability of motherhood, and I know there's a lot of past things that you're like, but that's not you, and he knows that, and he supports you in motherhood and in a bunch of just everything around this earthy, mothery, nurturing empress, goddess energy. He really, really supports it for you. Um, and I love all this. He just, it's like there's nothing that he's like concerned about or is even going, "Oh, well, maybe if you didn't have that." No, they're just all focusing on unconditionally loving you and focusing on what they love about you. So I love this energy for you here. Amazing Grace. um, I don't know. I know you probably want to know more about them, but I feel like that tells you a lot about them and their heart and their focus and the love, the deep, deep love. And I feel like you sense their energy and you're like, oh, patience. But it's for you that things are taking a little bit for you to finish up things for them. Oops, for them to finish up things. So I like that. And then let's see here what this universe has your back coming in here. I know I love it so much too. I'm excited for you. Wow, I love this. I choose to learn through love. Beautiful. What a beautiful card. All right. So that is what they have for you right now, Amazing Grace. So many blessings to you. Thank you for allowing me to connect with his energy. Again, if he has a brother, you know, I'm just kidding. All right. So many, many blessings to you. All right. Okay. So next here we have Nelia. So Nelia, you are up. So thank you for your first donation. Those emojis crack me up. The So will you meet your special someone while in a relationship with A? And any messages from your special someone, a general, please. All right, let's take a look here, Nelia. You're so funny. All right, let me take a quick sip here. All right. Let's look here. So Nelia. So will you meet A while you're with will you meet your special someone while with A? And then what else around them here? Okay. All right. Let's take a look here. No, you will not meet them while with A. You'll see why here. You got the Tower card and then the Nine of Cups. The Tower card is an energy of some condemned building, some condemned tower that you can't live in gets struck by lightning and blasted out of the picture to make room for that dream come true Nine of Cups. It's so perfect. So it is this uh, A is removed out of your life, or you remove A out of your life. Um, and then that's when you meet your dream come true. It's interesting about the tower, because the tower card is um, when we're connected with spirit and we're in a higher vibration a lot of the time, you start to hear the countdown of the tower, because tower moments are when we've asked spirit before we come down here. All right, so I have a few, faded things in my life that I want to experience. And like in this case, meeting this special someone, your fated relationship, your soul partner that you'll be with the rest of your life, right? And so you're like, if by this point, which is like the latest point you could meet your special someone, because that's always a range, right? The earliest we could meet someone and the latest. But let's like, I'm going to be involved with this option A. We're going to call them option A because their name's A, right? Option A, and I'm going to experience and learn what I need to through them. Um, and you could like this is the earliest you could meet your someone, but A would need to be removed. That's the earliest you could start hearing the countdown of the tower. 10, 9, 8, 7. And we don't need to have the lightning bolt experience to have something removed out of our life. We can remove it earlier because we hear spirit going, the countdown going, oh, so this I'm done. I can remove this situation, person, whatever out of my life. Okay, well, I'm going to do that. I'm going to choose to do that. Now, most humans, we love having these experiences right up until the blast, and we must like the electric shock treatment. But we can do it earlier and we can hear it done. But if by this time we haven't removed A out of your life, then they will be removed for you so that you can have this fated relationship. We don't have like fated relationships in every one of our lives because sometimes we want the possibilities and we want to kind of shoot from the hip and go on these adventures. Other times we like, well, I do want to learn this and we have this agreement, so we will meet. And that's what you do have with this Nine of Cups person. But you won't meet them while you're with A. A has to be removed. It's like if you have a romantic table for two, and if someone's sitting at it, the other person doesn't come in to sit at the table because there's no space. There's not a chair. You have to clear the chair, get that little reserved um, little placard that's there, and throw that out and say, "Yeah, it's available. You come sit down." Right, and that's kind of what needs to happen there. Right. Part of what you're learning through A is this 10 of Swords on the bottom of the deck, which the 10 of Swords is the release of the expectations, the supposed to be, the should be, the need to be, the have to be, the must be's around relationship that we were just talking about in Amazing Grace's reading. It's that, you know, that's what sucks the life out of a relationship when we have all these expectations of who someone's supposed to be in the relationship and all that we talked about. Um, that we focus on lack, we focus on what's missing because we're going, We have this checklist and you're going, so are they doing that? Yep, check. Are they doing that? Nope. All right, circle that. That's something that's not happening. Are they doing that? Okay, they're doing that. What are they doing that? Nope. Are they doing that? Nope. We're focusing on lack. And what do we do? What happens when we focus on lack? We get more of it. And so this is why needs to go along with A. And then this is when the Nine of Cups comes in, right? So hopefully that makes sense. And then we want any messages from your special someone and what else needs to come in here. Let's take a look here. So, yeah, we have the Five of Earth, which is the transformation from lack to abundance. So they're kind of reinforcing. I feel like this is that future self that they're going, yeah, what he just said. I'm working on releasing my lacking beliefs, and then um, and so if you're doing that and I'm doing that, that raises our vibration, and we get to get pulled sooner to each other. So it's kind of like, can we have an agreement? You work on that, I work on that, and then we get to be pulled together faster. Because if you do it all and they don't, it's still going to take time because your vibration's up here, and if theirs is down here, you guys don't get drawn together yet. It's when you're on the same wavelength that two magnets instead of repelling. You know how you have two magnets, and if they're opposite polarities or whatever, they whoop. But if they're like that, it's repel, right? All right, good. I'm glad it makes sense. So they're saying, yeah, can we do that, please? All right. So I like that. Ooh, the moon card. So I love this energy. Um, I feel like the moon is a very important energy between the two of you. Um, I feel like they're either a water sign, a water moon, and or have a lot of water in their chart. So, and I'm not sure. I feel like you have water in your chart. Do you have a water moon? Are you a Cancer? I forget. Um, but I feel like there's a moon connection, emotional, because when we understand and follow the moon cycles, like understanding when the eclipses are happening and what signs they're in, the different phases of the moon, especially new moon and full moon, but there's six other, energies that are there. Um, and then also how the moon changes signs every 2 to 3 days. When we follow that and understand it, I feel like it's important for you to know that with them because they're like, this will help you get me, because otherwise you're gonna go, why are they so moody? Because 3 days they're fiery and you're like, woo, 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 right? But then they go into very grounded energy. You're like, what happened? Why are they so like chill now? And then they go into their mind for 2 to 3 days and you're like, why are they all in their head and intellectual and that? And then 3 days, why are they so emotional? And then, ooh, look, the fire's back because that's how it goes. Fire, earth, air, water, fire, earth, air, water. And then of course, each of the three flavors of fire, because we got the Aries, the Leo, the Sag, those all have different flavors. So it's like being with someone that has a split personality, emotional personality, right? But I feel like it's important for you to know and track the moon and make that a habit now. It'll help you understand your emotions, but it's going to help you get along with them and go, I get it, instead of, why are they such an emotional freak? No, you wouldn't say that. Um, and then the Eight of Water, the Eight of Cups is here too. I like that this came in here because when you asked your first question, the Eight of Cups is about leaving behind emotions that don't serve you anymore. So, transforming some old emotions that have been bubbling under the surface. It's good to get that emotional energy back for you so that you can expend that into the relationship. But that also is the energy I picked up when you asked about, you know, do I meet them when I have A? It's like, no, because you're investing emotional energy in A. You don't have that emotional energy to invest, and your heart won't draw in someone new if your emotional bank is close to being in the negative, right? Overdrawn with, kind of energy. So I like that. This is like, yeah, you are clearing out emotional energies out of your life, both suppressed and pushed down emotional emotions from the past, but also doing an emotional inventory of where you're investing your um, emotional energy in relationships, friends, family, whatever, those that you're over giving to. It's like you're bringing back and storing up this emotional energy so that you can invest it in your relationship with this special someone instead of spending it all on, things that are going into the black hole, right? So I like this because they're doing the same, and they're like, "I'm building up my emotional bank because I wanna spend it on you. So if you wanna do that too, I'm all on board." Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, right? So I like that. Let's see what else he has here for you. Yeah, and then also, like that 10 of swords, the 9 of swords is letting our fears go, and I feel like they're just reiterating what was on the bottom of the deck in case I don't look at the bottom of the deck. And then the Knight of Earth. Yeah. And this is a little bit of time, you know. So, Amazing Grace, had the 7 of Pentacles. The time is giving you that time to do all that. They're like, so you're not alone, Amazing Grace and Nelly. You're both like, you can like um sigh together on the the timing. It's going to be a little bit, but it's giving you time to do all this stuff to prepare, right? Like we said with Amazing Grace, it's giving you time to release the thoughts that don't serve you anymore, and emotions that don't serve you anymore, energy that doesn't serve you anymore, and clearing out the physical world, decluttering, making space. Because when we make space, like the tower, when we make space in us for the new, then the new comes. If we don't have the space, then they won't deliver. It's like if you buy new furniture, you can't have it delivered until the old furniture is out. Otherwise, where's it going to go? Right. So I like that for you, Nelly. Oh, God, I feel so hyper. I think it's all of our energy. Maybe it's this eclipse energy too. But let's get your fortune cookie here. And then we'll take a look at the other one here. All right. So, what else do they have for you? What message? All right, there it is. And you've got the key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. So that's that energy of gratitude, right? Not focusing on needing them or wanting this person, but having gratitude. What do I love about what's in my life? And what love I have had in my life, and that focusing on gratitude, not the lack. And that goes back to that 5 of Pentacles, right? Not focusing on what I think I need and want, but what do I have in gratitude? That's what helps, right? Oh, good. I'm glad you can relate. All right. So thank you for that one. And then your second donation, your little halo, halo. Any messages from your late mother, advice, guidance, etc. All right. Yeah, let's find out what Mama Sita has here for you. Does she have any? Hmm. She wants to come through this moonology. Oh, yeah, Mother Moon. Okay, I get it. Mama's so smart. So let's see what she wants here. She's going to bring you through the oracle. So Mama Moon, Mama Moon. Oh, okay, thanks. Make it obvious. I appreciate that. Oh, I love it. New moon in Aquarius. And it says, bring love into the situation. So let's see what that brings in here. Come on. All right. And I don't know, page 62, for some reason, she wants me to mention that to you. So, whatever 62 means. But Aquarius is all about progress and modernity or modernness. That's a better word. So, this is the time to move forwards. The new moon in Aquarius card means no looking back. Change is on its way and it could come quickly. Whether you get the change you want depends both on whether you believe you can have it and how much you're relying on others to bring it to you. So this card comes with the suggestion from Mama that you may need to do things independently on your own, but be loving, not too pragmatic. Time may be of the essence when this card comes up. Aquarius energy has an electric feel to it. Certainly, there is a sense that you need to let go of the past and move towards your future as soon as possible. To attune to this moon, explore the idea that it's not what you know, but who you know. She goes, "You know me." So ask me. I'm here. I love this, and I'll read more here. But she's chiming in, so I got to communicate it. Otherwise, she'll start getting louder. You know how she is. But she's like, "I'm so powerful, here as my higher self now, and so I'm so much more capable. So, you know, look at me as not your earthly mother, but that I have such a capacity to help you, but you need to ask me because I honor your free will, I honor your power of choice, but ask me and I will bring you signs and information and if you want things removed out of your path, I can help you with all that. But you got to ask um, because I do honor that and I don't want to be the mom who's a thumb, even from the other side. I feel like she was a little bit "No, you need to do this. No, you need that." She feels kinda strong where she might have been a little overpowering in this lifetime, and she's like, "I don't wanna be that over here. So I'll let you do what you wanna do and learn how you wanna learn, but if you ask me, I'll help." But, I like that, and I do feel like she gives you signs because that's what spirit does anyway, where they will give us repeating numbers and synchronicities and things just to remind us that they're behind us. Because sometimes we get so involved in humanity and our human character and our experience, we forget, "Oh, that's right. I'm a powerful supernatural being, and I got a whole posse behind me that's, like, waiting for me to ask them to help." And they'll, that's their way of, like, behind us go, "Oh, yeah, you guys are there." Synchronicities and numbers. And so she does bring you songs and things in the physical world all the time to remind you, "Hello, I'm here for you." So I love that. Also, additional meanings for the card is you need to be more detached from your situations. Thinking outside the box will bring your solution. More pragmatism is called for. Improve your karma by doing some charitable work. And what we learn through this energy, Aquarius is the sign of invention, modern advances in technology, and humanity. Its energy is a little brittle, it's individual, scientific even, and relatively emotionally detached. Many people think Aquarius is a water sign because the Aquarius symbol is the water bearer, but it's actually an air sign and is far more about intellect than the emotional water signs. As in this card, no matter when you draw it. So dropping convention works well with this energy. So doing things new. The old ways don't work anymore. So let's try some new ways, is what Mama is saying. So I like that for you. And then let's get you your fortune cookie. Let's see what else she has here for you. All right, there we go. All right. And this says, "Thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perceptions so that I can see what is of the highest good." Beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So those are what they have for you. So thank you, Nalia, so much for your donation. I love your mama's energy. She is a force to be reckoned with. All right. And then up next, we do have Christina. And then just to give everyone an update where we're at, then we'll have Chloe Jade, and then Raymond, you'll be up after that. And then we'll circle back around for Christina, and then Moonlight, and then Sun and Moon. So that's where we're at for the donations right now. All right. So, Christina, let's take a look here. So, let's see. So, you said, good morning. Y'all. That's my spending my time in Texas. I learned the y'all. Hope all is well. I love that. Beautiful energy. And then, so you want to know, well, I'm doing well today. Obviously, I'm very hyper today. I'm glad you loved your reading. So this is about grandmother. So we will dive more into that here. So thank you for your additional donation. And so let's take a look here. And I'll see what else you mentioned here in the chat. Just make sure there's not anything else you were looking for. All right. So you want to know how will she be, or how long do you have to share with her? So we'll take a look here. When you listen to the other one, I'm feeling like they said that it was a really positive cards. It feels like she's going to do well for a little bit. They talked about the Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. When you asked, is there anything else that you can do for her? So be sure to check out that video. They give you some great advice there. All right. So how long? Can you tell us how long? Okay. And how is she? Okay. Look at that. And then will your kids come visit her before she departs? Okay. And then will your relationship continue to be a good one? Yeah, I think we talked about that too. I feel like it was if I'm remembering your reading, I feel like they're bringing it back a little back to me, because she was like, she really feels like you guys have a good relationship, because you had like the Two of Cups or the Lover's card, because that means an important relationship in their life, and she had like something around that um, you can get a bit fiery, especially when it's about protecting her. If anyone, you feel anyone's trying to take advantage of her or abuse her, oh hell, you're like, you can be very fiery to that. And she's like, I wish everyone could get along, but she did appreciate that you have that protective. It's like a little mothering, like you're very protective of her, and she liked that. So we'll find out more here too. Bottom of the deck, you do have the Seven of Pentacles, which is a good patience, card, like timing. So I do feel like she's going to be with you guys for a little while longer. And let's see what else we had here. Yeah, we got the Eight of Pentacles and the Ace of Air. So this is clarity and beginnings. I feel like there's new information that comes in for her. And the Eight of Pentacles is a little bit about putting a little bit of blood and sweat and tears, does help bring in more fruit for her health. So I feel like there's just a little bit of things that can happen. It's like it's going to take a little work, Grandma, but it can extend your life and have you healthier and feel better. And, all right, kind of energy that's coming in there with that. Any idea on passing? We got the Four of Earth, the Four of Pentacles. That is a solid foundation in the body and the outside world. Um, and so I feel like the four is important. Of course, I don't feel like it's 4 weeks, 4 months. It feels like that's too soon too. Um, but this four, 4 comes in. So maybe it's like a year, April, because we're not in 2024 anymore. She's still here. But I feel like April is an important month. So if it's April of next year, well, because it's not April of this year, because that's too soon. I feel like it's maybe April of next year is like one of the exit points. But if she puts in this and does this, the things that they were talking about in your other reading, I feel like it can be longer too. So I like that. Will your kids come visit before they depart? We have the Nine of Fire, Nine of Wands, and the Eight of Water, the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups, it does feel, I feel like there's, um, I feel like the divine feminine energy of your children will, that Eight of Cups is about, you know, visiting someone before they depart. The Nine of Fire is like, I feel like the fire signy energy, the kind of this masculine side, don't want to face that, you know. So I feel like some of them will, some of them won't, and I feel like it's more your divine feminine children with that really house that energy. The ones with the big hearts will. The other fiery ones are going to be like, I don't want to face that, right? Kind of energy. So, what are you going to do? Will your relationship continue to be good? Yeah, Page of Earth, Page of Pentacles. That's like a enhanced abundance in the physical world. So I feel like it even gets better here. Seven of Air, Seven of Swords. This is this energy of being aware of your own fears, and being aware of their fears that keep them from accepting. And I feel like that's important. And what fears are reflected in their actions for you to see about yourself. And I just feel like that's kind of challenge around communication, but it has to do with fears. And so when they just realize there's fear that's triggering them, and don't let that steal from your guys' relationship. Just realize, that uh, as we get older, we just become a little crotchety. That's funny. Don't take that personally. Yeah. And courage and strength. She can really use your strength, this fiery energy that you have. So I feel like we said with the Page of Pentacles, that it does grow there for you together there. And we'll give you a fortune cookie here in a second. Let me look and see if you have anything else here, and then we'll circle back around for your other question, of course, when we get there. All right. All right. Oh, today's your son's 28th birthday. Oh, happy birthday, little Aries. Okay, so that would be one of your fire signs. Fire sign children. All right. Let me just make sure here. Boom, boom, boom. Your grandpa. Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely around you, as well, Christina. Grandpa. All right. Okay, we got that, we got that. Okay. So I think we answered all of those. All right. And then let's see what we put down here. Oh, okay. So you don't want a additional your other one. 444 a lot. She turns 90. Wow, on 4/3, so April. So all that. Wow. Definitely a message there. Oh, your kids are fire ridden. Yeah, your three girls probably. uh yeah, yeah. I can really tell there as well. So yeah, that energy, something that you might consider in that book, the you are a channel. It talks about how we can connect to people who are still living. We can connect to their higher self, And um, and so you can kind of connect to your grandmother's higher self, especially if they have dementia and or people are in a coma or people are, if they have if they're special needs and they can't communicate, we can connect with our higher self and they can communicate with us from that place. And I just feel like that would be really cool for you to do if that resonates. Let's see what your fortune cookie is here. All right. Oh, wow. What a great mess, especially talking about your grandma here. Let's see if I can see it a little better. It says attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. Wow. So all that cantankerousness was, and that's what every moment is either of unconditional love or fear, right? And, so if it's not of unconditional love, it's a cry out for unconditional love, you know? So I love that. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, yeah, let me know how that goes. I love your I just love it. I still crack up with that video you sent of, on St. Patty's Day. It just it just sums up the joy that's in your heart, and I love that about you. All right, so thank you, Christina, for your additional donations there. Um, and if you don't have an additional question, or if you think of one, just pop it down below for your second donation you had there. And I'm happy to pull more cards for you. All right, but thank you so much. And then, so we got Chloe Jade. Thank you so much, Chloe, for your donation via Z Square. And then you said you sent an email, so I'll take a look at that here. Let me just see if there was anything else you mentioned in the chat here. Because of course, your guys' names pop up in green makes it easier to fly down here. All right, very good, very good. Yeah, definitely an amazing energy here, you guys. I just love it. Oh, you're so sweet with your wonderful comments. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. I'm amazed that with all the energy that comes through, um, it is. I do stay energized, and I do balance. Because that's why I take off like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Um, but yeah, it's just like I'm amazed. Sometimes I'm like 6 hours. How did that fly by? And then I'm hyper, and so it is. So thank you for all your wonderful comments there. All right, so let's take a look here. Actually, let me bring this, make it bigger here, since I don't have glasses on and it's far away from me. All right, so let's take a look here. So Chloe, thank you so much. So what message does Benjamin have for you today? Keep getting signs from him. Ah, symbol journal. Oh, I love that. All the signs. Wow. Very strong and active spiritually. We have the most deep relationship. He wants me to move forward and shine. I know it. But what does he say? To have to say to you, because he's been, yeah, he's like, all this, especially the with the eclipses and all that, the veil is extra thin too. So we definitely get, a lot of messages. Let's see what else he wants you to know here. Okay. All right, Benjamin. He's like, "Oh, I get to talk. Give me that microphone." It's funny. I just I see him as someone that would go to like a fast food, like McDonald's or whatever, and grab their thing and go, "Hey, everybody!" That's the kind of energy that's coming through because he just grabbed the microphone. He goes like, "Oh, I have a chance to talk." Boom, 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 boom. So I love all that. Yeah, he definitely has that exciting energy. We got the star card on the bottom, which of course is Aquarius energy, but it is this beautiful contact with the higher realms. Um, and I like that, the star energy being the energy on the bottom of the deck here, very balanced. Again, Aquarius energy. He feels kind of quirky like an Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius as well. He's Sagittarius. Yeah. So that is that kind of quirky energy. My host, she's a Sagittarius, and we're always on the same crazy, you know, fun page. So I love that. Yeah, that makes total sense. um, but it's that star kind of bright and shining type of energy. On the below the surface. Okay, let's see what else he wants you to know here. Yep, so got the Four of Earth, Four of Pentacles. It's the home energy, house, home, dwelling energy. We got the Five of Air, the Five of Swords. There is this kind of conflicting energy. Because that's like your heart and your mind are battling. And I don't know if you're like looking at wanting to whether you want to move or not, or but this is what this conflicting energy is. Yeah, and then you have the Hierophant here too. Um, so the Hierophant is about, the capital T truths, bringing in a lot of clarity around this and the resolution of that conflict. And I like this energy. So if you are conflicted about, wanting to, should I stay or should I go? Should I move or should I not? I feel like they're saying just close your eyes and open your heart, and you're going to get the truth. You're going to get the information. And even there, they're like, hey, I'm here for you. I'm part of your spiritual posse. So if you want information to make it an easy no-brainer decision, and I feel like they kind of did that for you too. Being Libra, you kind of, like you said, you kind of have those scales. Well, on this hand this, well, on this hand this, well, on this hand this, well, on this hand this. I feel like they're going like, they're all about what brings you joy, what is the fun thing to do, choose that, and I feel like they're kind of voicing in on these decisions that you have, um, that you feel you have in your life. They're like, close your eyes, open your heart, and choose the fun thing. That's his opinion. So that's funny. I like that. All right, let's see what else they have to say here. Yeah. Yeah, looks like here, you do have this hermit card here and the 10 of cups. So I do like this, kind of nudge. And you might have been hermiting yourself. You might have like withdrawn and kind of maybe pulled yourself back a little bit. But again, with the joy, the 10 of water, I feel like they're really encouraging you to get like, it would be like them saying you're spending too much time alone. Uh, Not that they have like a judgment or whatever. They're just like, it'd be more, that's probably how they would have said it in the beginning. You're spending too much time alone. We need to get out and you need to have more fun. That's kind of what this message is. Now, from a spiritual point, they would say, you know, you might think about getting out and having some more fun. That would do you good, So I really like that. You are a hermit. What did you say here? Let it come to me. Oh, oh, I love that. Oh, Christina, yeah. Air and fire. Exactly right. Yeah. So I like that, um, and that's cool. They're reminding me, we had, when I worked in a corporate life, we had one of our person on our team, when I was a manager, they got killed in a motorcycle accident, and so I went to the funeral, and a couple of my reps were there, and they had been crying. They were really really close with the person that had passed, and um, I felt his energy, and I wasn't really like, I didn't like channel people openly at work, but I went over to them and I go, "How you guys doing?" And they're like, "We're doing okay." And then he was speaking to me, but I had to put it in a way where I'm like, that he would be okay with you, mourning him for 3 days, but after that, you need to. How did he put it? Like, you need to stop that shit, because that's the way he talked. And they just laughed because they're like, "Oh my god, that sounds just like him." And I'm like, "If you only knew." But I like that. He's like, "It's okay to mourn me, but I am in a place of joy and celebration, and you can have a relationship with me on the other side in a it's a different way, and I know I'm not there in the physical body, but they're like, we can have um, a a very unique relationship on the other side too." But he is saying, "You've been a hermit, it's time to go out and play." So I like that. He's so funny. All right, let's see here what else he has here for you. Yeah, Four of Swords, peace of mind coming in here. Yeah, I love that. I love that. Peace of mind, Queen of Air, there you are. Five of Water. Yeah. So, Queen of Air would be, that Libra energy, Queen of the Air sign, and then the Five of Cups. And they do see this transformation in the movement, and so they are sending you a lot of love from the other side, and you have a whole host around you that are helping you um uh, move through and flow through those emotions, and they love that you're not pushing it down, that you're allowing yourself to feel, because that's so important, to feel the emotions and not uh, push them and suppress them, and I'll do that later. They love that. And your Libra energy, you're very much rooted in relationship, and so you do feel the connections with people at a deep level, and it's a lot of mental kind of connection, with the heart too, but it's there. And so I feel like he's just saying, don't beat yourself up over with feeling the emotions and doing all that. It's very supported in you doing that, right? Yeah, you do have amazing spirit guides. Yeah. Let's see what else they have here. Yeah. See how the Lovers card goes. We're joined for lifetimes, and I like that. I'm still, and that has to do with that relationship that you guys will still continue to have on the other side. We're still you're still a very important relationship of mine, and I am of yours, and I love that. Yeah, the Nine of Pentacles. So I feel like that's when you're talking about here about you're hoping to grow professionally and more abundances. The Nine of Earth, Nine of Pentacles is a card of abundance, and it is a card of independence. And so I feel like they're chiming in to let you know that too. So I like that yeah, you do have abundance that is meant for you, and it's being drawn to you. Yeah, you have the Council of Monarchs, the Emperor card coming in here too. An intuitive empath. Yep. Yeah, yeah, definitely. And this is this I love the Emperor because this is about, the Emperor will um they're surrounded by all these people with all their opinions and all their advice, right? And after a while it's like, okay, thank you everyone, thank you for your opinions, and you're stepping into your authority in a bigger way with this Aries energy, is this birthing energy. And um and I just feel like they're reinforcing this, that you have the power. You're the emperor of your life, so you can clear the throne room. You can, everyone, it's time to go home. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here, right? And you clear the throne room, and then you're like, I'm deciding what it is that I want. I'm putting a plan together, and I'm putting energy behind it. And I feel like that's what you've been doing too during this time, is deciding, what it is that you're wanting to do, and and navigating that. Um, and especially because of the partnership you guys had, you were like, well, you know, it's a shared dream, it's a shared vision, but now you needed to really sort out what your independent dream is. And he gets that and he goes, I totally support your dream. And I'm again, ask me, got great resources up here. Now you have another huge one. I am so in your corner, as I always have been, and even more so. And I've got skills. I like that. Napoleon Dynamite is what he's showing me in my head. I got skills. I got skills. Um, and so he uh, does want to help you with that too. So I love that. Oh, yeah. And then he had to go. Yeah, that's funny. Yes, he's funny. I love that. Gosh, I forget what the llama's name. Gosh, I can't remember what the name of the llama was, but he was like, "Gosh," whatever the llama was, "eat your meatloaf." uh, he's so funny. So, oh, I love this. So his fortune cookie here for you says, "When I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love." Yeah, your inner light. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find out what her name was. Cheryl. It was some sort of like a. It was like a. I forget what her. It seemed like it was Sharon or like a name of a human. It's too funny. Hey Raymond, no, you haven't missed your turn yet here. Um so we were just finishing up Chloe Jade's reading. So thank you so much again for your donation and let me connecting to their energy. I really love them. They are a hoot nanny. All right, actually I think you're up next, Raymond. So come in at the perfect time here. So just to let everyone know where we have Raymond, and then I'll double check to see if Christina put another question. If not, then Moonlight, and then Sun and Moon is where we're at. All right. So Raymond, thank you so much for your donation. Let me find it here. There it is. So let me give that a love and a like here. All right. And so you want to know here, will your fiance apologize for overreacting yesterday and contact you today? All right, let's find out. Okie dokie 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 dokie. Let's step into your fiance's energy. And we'll find out here. I don't know why I just got a pain in my neck. Is that a sign? Is she being a pain in the neck? Or they? All right, let's take a look here. And then will they contact you today? All right. Let's see what we got going on here. So, you do have here the bottom of the deck, the energy is this Elder of Earth, which is the King of Pentacles. So there is this grounding, solid energy that comes in with Earth energy, right? Um, so I just feel like that is this solid foundation is at the root underneath. So I feel like it's kind of a pain in the neck, yes. So there is that there. But let's take a look here. Are they going to apologize for overreacting? Let's see here. So we got the King of Wands, the King of Fire. Let's see what else we have here. The Seven of Water, the Seven of Cups. Okay. And then the Eight of Water, the Eight of Cups. So, there is this energy here that is like fiery kind of energy. And it feels like that is kind of they're more of a frying pan than a slow cooker, it feels like. So they do, doesn't take them I don't feel like it takes them a long time to, you know, Because a slow cooker is someone that holds things in for a very, very, very long time and then explodes it all at once. I feel like this is kind of their MO a little bit. Fire, 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 but they cool off quick, right? The 7 of water is they feel a lot of emotions and they express them and then they move on. Um, and I feel like you might be more of a slow cooker where you kind of just go and kind of push things down and not really express everything. But then when it builds up enough over time, then it can happen. But for the latter part, I feel like you might be this king of earth, this kind of grounded, like, why are you overreacting, right? But the 8 of water, I feel like their energy is um they're over it. And I feel like they wonder, why are you still worried about this? I've moved on past it. So I don't feel like there's someone who apologizes. I just feel like they're on to the next thing kind of energy. And we'll find out more here. It's interesting, a little message from spirit that they're reminding me, because that word overreacting, they brought in something that I'd seen, read, whatever, but they're just pushing this knowledge that um and it was because it kind of like, whoa, it was like a big aha for me when they're like, no one overreacts. And I'm like, really? Look at the world, and they're like, everyone is always expressing what they feel they need to express to be seen or heard. It's a cry. And if how people express themselves is exactly what they feel they need to do to be, it's how they're asking for help. It's how they're expressing, going, this is their feeling. And we might see it as overreacting because that's not what we would normally think that we would do. But everyone is always expressing their emotion exactly as they need to, based on how they believe what they have to do to be seen. And so um it can be, like, this is like spirit maybe nudging to kind of take a step back and look at it, going, all right, instead of me looking at them overreacting, let me look at, what were they crying out for? What was it that they were trying for me to see? You know, um, if someone's on a desert island and a plane's flying over, they'll do all sorts of crazy things to try to get their attention to get rescued. And that's the kind of energy I feel like they want you to kind of just know about, to approach it and look at it a little bit that way. And we'll see here. Are they going to call to at least talk? And we'll see what we have here. Okay. Yeah. I feel like they will here. Got the 5 of Wands, which is the drama. I think that's what it was. Maybe not overreacting. It was, people aren't dramatic. We're like, really? Look at all the drama queens. But it's like, no, they're not. They are expressing themselves the way they to be seen, is what it was. So here's the drama card. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. And the 10 of Cups is joy and love. And I feel like now that they've calmed down and the firestorm is past for them, that they want to, um, they want to get the joy back and they want to smooth things over. I don't necessarily they're gonna apologize. They might just be like, "Hey," and you're like, "Hey," and but I feel like it's important, especially with them being your fiance, if you guys are looking to be in a long-term marriage, not just a short-term marriage, is to learn that communication, realize, okay, you are a frying pan, I'm a slow cooker. As a slow cooker, and I'm a slow cooker, it was hard for me to realize when people would flip out and flip out and flip out. I'm like, wow, you must be really stressed if your slow cooker is so full it's busting out all this air pressure. And then I realized, oh, you're a frying pan. When I learned that in life, it allows us to go and understand, you know, that we're different. We deal with stress differently. And then if I know that about someone, then I can be prepared and not taken aback and shocked by, why are you flipping out? And then I'm like, oh, you're a frying pan. But I also know that you're also going to calm down, as well, right? Eventually, I mean, quickly. and that I need to realize that I don't need to uh, take on all of their emotion because it's coming and going. And if I keep on taking on all their emotion, then I will explode one day, and it's not takes me a long time to cool down after I explode. And then also, like I said, understanding that when they're doing those things, that that's their cry for help, and that they're wanting us to see something instead of taking their actions and their words or whatever as personal, like they're attacking me and they're doing something. This is them telling me something that's going on inside of them. So hopefully that helps a little bit there, but I don't feel like they're the apologizing kind because they moved by things so quick. They're like, Why are you still on that?" And it's like, well, because I'm a slow cooker. I'm gonna have to, it's gonna take me a little bit of time. And that can be why it's bothering you too, is that you've been building this up over time. And now you are to the point where you have come to this point of holding it in for so long of their outbursts that you're realizing now, "Oh, okay, it's going to take me a little bit of time to cool off, but it's been building up." So it's good to communicate and talk through this and learn how to communicate, the differences that you guys have. Interesting. All right. And then your fortune cookie here is: when I think I've surrendered, I surrender more. Yes, right. Release. All right. So hopefully that helps there, for you there, Raymond. But thank you for your donation. Hang in there. I was going to say congratulations on, engagement, but you're like, I don't know. But all right. Much love to you. All right. And then Christina, did you have another question? Let me just make sure here. Okay. Okay, I don't see another one. So thank you for your extra donation there, Christina. But please let me know if you have a question. All right. And then we have moonlight, and then we'll go to sun and moon. Yes. And then we have Maria P via the PayPal. Thank you. And then we have Rocky's World. Guara means war. I always do it that way. And then back to sun and moon. All right. So Moonlight, thank you so much for your donation and your little weights, lifting weights here. And so you're wondering, I'm not a doctor, I know, but you're tired of feeling worn out. Is the eclipses not medic? Will you soon get better? Yeah, so is it the eclipses not? All right. So yes, disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer in the description box of the video. Definitely not a licensed medical professional. Don't think I'm that patient to be able to go to school that long. All right. I'm just going to take a quick sip here. All right. So moonlight. Let's take a look here. Okay. All right. Will you get better? What else? Anything else that you need to know? All right. We'll take a look here. All right. All right. All right. Bottom of the deck, you do have the 5 of Pentacles. Underneath that, the 8 of Pentacles. So this is all about the physical world and, you know, moving from a place of lacking and feeling lack to a place of, putting in the work and the fruit of the physical world, working forward. So there is this progression of things getting better because you're moving from the 5 to the 8. So I like that being the underlying energy starting off. I do feel like this is emotionally based. Um, so there's some stress, some emotional stress that's making its way out into your physical body. So that can be eclipses. We'll see what these other 2 cards are, but you do have the Knight of Water, which is movement of emotion, and the High Priestess. which is all about connection to the spirit world. And look at all that moon energy underneath and eclipses. Well, hello. I get it. It is a lot to do with planetary energy, but it's also because it's igniting emotional things inside. And so the emotions are expressing themselves into, into the physical body. I think we've talked about Louise Hay's Heal Your Life. I think it's that, but I think that's what it's called. So I am kind of being nudged to look at the emotional reason. Like if you just search emotional or spiritual reason for, and then put our symptoms. If it's just tiredness, I get it. My physical body's kind of tired because, oh my God, dreams, 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 waking up in the middle of the night. Yeah. And changing your diet. Yeah. Um, you have a bad hip. Yeah. Yeah. Um, go for a drive in the forest, and at least you can go out and be in the forest. But I feel like getting out into nature is a good thing, you know. I used to tell people like, "Well, I'm kinda recovering from, a medical condition," and I'm like, "You can at least drive and sit in a park and roll down the windows, even if you don't get out of the car." You can be just like, you know? But, um but I love this. I do feel like there's a lot of emotional flow that's going on with that, and, I mean, with the phases of the moon on the bottom of the High Priestess card, I really like that, right? Dream dreams dream things and going out and hugging a tree, right? Yeah, and again, like I said, I just been waking up, like, in the middle of the night, like, wide awake, and I'm like, "I've only been sleeping 3 hours, I think I need to go back to sleep," and then I'm just, like, thinking about spirit and channeling and different things, and there's a lot of energy that's flowing through too. Yeah. Yeah, feel that grounding energy of the trees would be good. Let's see what else they have here too. Yeah. So we do have the Chariot. This is movement and victory card. Moon, Cancer energy, Moon. Yeah, so I feel like a eclipse energy after these eclipses, of course, you know, eclipses can impact us 4 to 6 to even 8 weeks before and after. So if you recognize when did you start feeling this intensely, and look at how far before March 14th was it that you started to feel these things? Because that's the lunar eclipse, right? And you're like, okay, that was, you know, 6 weeks before, then look about 6 weeks after this solar eclipse on March 29th and go, okay, that's when it can be impacting it. But I love the chariot card coming in, which is once we're aware of something and we can change our focus of our energy, that can also change things around us and for us too, right? Because we do have this how do they say, we can use the lunar and astrological energy, or we can be used by it or knocked around by it, right? So I feel like that it doesn't need to impact us when I realize it. And it's almost like I had a friend call me once and they were like, "Oh my God, I'm freaking out and everything. I feel so emotional. I feel like crying and blah, 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 blah." And I knew it was a full moon and I was working at night. And so I said, "Look out your window." And he was like, "What? Oh, okay, thanks. Have a good night." Because as soon as he saw the full moon, it was like, "Oh, there it is." And as soon as they, saw it, they were like, "Oh," and they started feeling better. They weren't like, "Why is all this happening?" They're like, "Oh, when we know the reason, it just kind of puts us at ease a little bit." And I feel like that's what will happen with the chariot card, and you can embrace the moon energy, you can embrace the mother moon, and just, kind of sit with that. I think that can help, right? All right, let's see what else they have here. Yeah, Elder, well, here you go. King of Cups, balance between head and heart. So again, once we get it, we can balance out our energy with all this. And so I do feel like you have this progression, but understanding it and embracing this moon energy really helps us. And even think about um, channeling or having a conversation with Mother Moon. She has her own energy. She's very connected to Mother Earth. I actually channeled Lilith the other day, 4.5 pages of automatic writing, but she talked about Mother Moon, how she's a part of Mother Earth, because when Mother Earth was still a combustible lava fire, the moon, she wanted the moon to separate to look at herself. So they're very connected energy because it's like the moon is made up of the earth, but we can connect with both Mother Earth and the Mother Moon and just see what she brings for you there too, right? Shadows in your house. Yeah, and so it's definitely it feels like you're I mean the veil is very thin too, and that's why we're picking up so many messages and so much energy. But anything that you do, any grounding exercises, like I said, trees and nature, but you can do candle work um, and with it being emotional, maybe do some water work in that. In fact, if you let's see, do I have it here? Hold on a sec. I just had the quest that came out. Yeah, Quest of the Ocean Rider. Got it right here. Um if it resonates, check this out, the Quest of the Ocean Rider, because in that we talk about our water element spirit guide and also what we can do. It has some tools on how we can transform our emotional energy and just see what resonates. Or if you have your own that you already do kind of water things. Oh, and you talk to the moon with a cup of cocoa. I love it. Yeah. So it's good. It's like she's chatty and she's ready and she has so much energy. And she can probably give you a lot of advice on like, I control the tides of emotion. I can help you control your tides of emotion. So I like that. Chat with her and say, hey, I need some advice, mama. Mama Moon. All right. So that's what they have there for you, Moonlight. Hopefully that's helpful. Let's see what your fortune cookie is here. All right. Oh, look, the owls and the moon on the card here. I love it. And it says, when I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. Trust, building that trusting relationship with Creator, the universe. I love it. Yeah, crystals, candles, meditation. Oh, perfect. So all that should help with this energy and help transform it and just be open and see. I feel like if you ask her, hey, I need some advice. How can I bounce this energy more, this water energy, this emotional energy? They always love to help us. So I love that. All right, Moonlight, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate that. Yeah, and share with us too. Especially if you find out more things, especially on that video, if you don't mind, of course, or email me, whatever you feel. But if you want to share some of your different things that help and your communication with Mother Moon, I'd love that. We learn so much, and if we share it, it helps others too. So I love it. You probably well, I'm just like, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed sometimes. That's why spirit, I love that they're the smart one in our relationship. I mean, moonlight, you probably have a lot of great connection with the moon, right? All right. So thank you again for your donation, my dear. All right. So sun and moon, you're up next. Let's give that a love and a like for your first one here. So you'd like a reading on the Sagittarius today and then a read on us in April. All right. Let's take a look here. Sun and moon, all this moon energy. I'm actually going to be studying the moon because when I was channeling one of my spirit collectives, they were telling me pay real close and paying close attention to the moon is so important for all of us, especially this year. They said, but pay attention to the moon eclipses, and then um, Number one, they prioritized it. Number one, pay attention to the eclipses. Number two, pay attention to the full moon, new moon. Number three, pay attention to the other 6 cycles of the moon. Number four, pay attention to as the moon energy changes every 2 to 3 days. So I've got some books that I'm going to be diving into and discovering all the different phases and the different signs as it moves through. And I love it. I'm excited because I'm a even though I'm Aquarius Sun, Capricorn Rising, I got a my moon is in Pisces. I've got a stellium of 5 planets, including the moon in Pisces, and I have a grand trine and a small trine that make a kite, which is like a faded thing. It's a water trine, and I got other water in my chart. I needed my Capricorn and Aquarius to balance out all that emotional energy. Otherwise, I'd probably end up in a loony bin. But um, I love this. Let's take a look here. I know I'm blabbing. Sorry. About the Sagittarius. So, Sun and Moon. What do we need to know about this Sagirama? Okay. Wow. All right. And then, what about you guys in April? What do they need you to know here? So, do you want this one? This one. Okay. Wow. Chatty, chatty, chatty. And those two. Okay. A lot coming through here for you. So we'll start off here. Well, let's start off at the bottom of the deck as per usual. We do have the Eight of Cups energy here and the Two of Cups on the bottom. So there is this energy of this combination. The Eight of Cups is about leaving behind emotions and relationships that don't serve you anymore. But I love the Two of Cups coming in there because it's like they're focusing. I mean, and this is really both of you. You guys are releasing a lot of emotion that doesn't serve you anymore from below the surface, but also evaluating the relationships and where all the other emotional energy that you're investing, which is good because if you're both bringing emotional energy back into your emotional bank, then you have emotions to spend on each other. And I feel like it's an important underlying energy that there's a lot going on in your guys' lives. I feel like maybe more so them right now, um, but it's releasing a lot of emotional energy that's been being poured into black holes, I guess you could say. So that's what they've come in there. Hey, sorry, I just wasn't paying attention. Yes, yes. I feel like I am going to do some sort of educational videos on those little tidbits, and I might even I feel like I'm gonna create, like, an online course of some sort because they're like, "You're gonna become a moon expert." I'm like, "I am?" And I'm like, "That makes sense being a Pisces moon because they're the ones that the spiritual knowledge and the, connection to the other side." I go, "What better energy to focus on, right?" Yeah, more for them, right? Yeah. So I feel like that's what's going on, those emotions. Um, so the first cards that came out about, let's talk about them, is the Magician card. So there is this action energy that's going on here with them. And it feels like it's like this new with this Aries energy, especially that we are in. That's not this is Mercury, I think, energy, but it's like I'm ready for a new spark, a new start. It's like they're going through a reboot, or you almost feel like they've been stagnant for a while and now they've got a spark under their butt kind of energy, if that makes sense, right? So let's take a look here. What else here? Nine of Air. Yeah, so they've been facing their fears here, along with this Magician and the Tower. Wow. Yeah. So definitely, and this makes sense. It's like the lightning bolt that struck the tower also hit their ass. I mean, their butt. Um, and and I feel like it's activating change in their life, and you know, it's almost like um a dog who accidentally backs up to electric fence and yay, 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 it whoops, and suddenly they're taking off across the yard now and getting action, action, action. So something came in that really triggered in their life. Usually a tower is like something gets removed out of their life to make space for something new, but I just feel like zap, let's get going, boy. It's time to get going. So I kind of feel like that's the kind of energy that's coming in. Let's see what else about the Sagittarius here, and then we'll get into you guys in April here. Yeah. Yeah. I like it because here's the hanged man, which is the hanging around, the pausing, the delay, and then the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is like so much energy. So there is this going from 0 to 100, miles an hour. Here we go. He probably got a little whiplash, because it just feels like his life just suddenly got shoved off the the high diving board into the water. It's time to go. So, interesting. Let's see what else. Yeah, I like this energy. Got Here's the moon. Moon making hey moon. And we've got this 9 of cups, which is, Nine of Cups is like a dream come true, and emotional dream come true. And the Moon card is this movement. So I feel like it's like a wake up call around what is my emotional dream and am I taking action toward it, right? Yeah, right. Yeah. So it definitely feels like they're getting this huge, wake up call about like you better get your crap together because it's about to pass you by kind of energy. And I don't get that a whole lot, because what's meant for us never passes us by. It'll if it passes by here, like if we miss the bus will turn around and come across the street, and then we can walk across the street, get on the bus. It's just delayed. But if it's meant for us, it keeps looping like a bus does around a city. Well, if I don't catch it now, I'm going to have to catch it when it goes completely around and again, right? And it's that kind of thing. Or like a now they're showing me like um, it's not a merry-go-round. What's the with the horses that go up and down and in a circle? I can see it. I just you know what I'm talking about. And then you'd have like you'd have to grab the golden ring. Is it a merry-go-round? No, what is it called? Yeah, it is a merry-go-round, right? Because what's the little one at a playground when they spin on it? I think that's a merry-go-round too. It's just a small one. Maybe that's why I was thinking, no, a merry-go-round's the one at a playground. Anyway, but this is like their opportunity, not to be able to, I miss it and I miss it. And they're like, it's about to be removed if they don't get acting. And I feel like they're in this, kind of intense, the wheel of death. Oh, carousel. Thank you, Christina. Yes, yes. But Wheel of Death is good too. That's the one on the playground I remember because they used to spin it, spin it, spin it, and we're like, "Oh my gosh," and people go flying off of it. The things we did as children, and we didn't have, like, nice grass and stuff. It was the gravel or it was blacktop, right? Concrete. That's funny. But anyway, that's what I feel is kinda going on with the Sagittarius. You guys are I love you guys so much. Uh, uh, so much joy. Okay, now let's take a look at April for you guys, right? Because that's what the question was. Let me just make sure. Yeah, a read on in April. Okay, let's take a look here. So, yeah, we got the Empress. So here is this birthing energy. A lot of water. The Empress rules over all four queens. So she's 5 parts water, 1 part earth, fire, and earth. So there's a lot of emotion that's flowing into April, but I feel like the emotion is creating something. Let's see what it creates here. Queen of Earth, Queen of Pentacles, same energy, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture energy that's coming in here. A lot of emotion. Elder of Earth. So we've got the King and the Queen of Pentacles. I don't know. I mean, this feels like there's this energy here with this, because that's divine counterpart kind of energy coming in here. And the Two of Earth, this balancing energy coming in here for April. Interesting. Let's definitely, I'm glad they gave us all these cards here. Okay. So we got the Two of Earth. So there is some choices coming up, but it's this balancing energy. We also got the Two of Fire. These three cards came out together. So Two of Wands, Three of Wands, more fire, and the Sun card. A lot of fire. Feels like there's a lot of passion, a lot of energy that's flowing here too. But the Two of Fire, again, Two of Earth, Two of Fire, choices, choices, choices that are coming up here in April. Let's see, these other two cards are here too. Four of Fire, Four of Wands. We got the Joy. Here's more fire. Two, three, four fire. And the Strength card. Leo, fire energy. It is crazy the amount of fire that's coming in here. But Sagittarius, there you go. But I do feel like it's a big month of choice, but I also feel like it's back and forth. All of this nudging, it feels like, wow, very kind of overwhelming for them, if that makes sense. But there's this, I feel like in April, they're kind of like, um, and they've kind of been this way in the past where they're like here and then they're back and then they're here and then they're back. But I feel like it's more like here and it's not so far, of big extremes because I feel like they're realizing I can't do this anymore and they're trying to connect, if that makes sense. But I mean, all of this energy, it's like the courage is there, the Four of Wands is the joy, and they're realizing I can't just keep doing what I've always done. It's time for change. And I feel like all this, everything they're going through, it's like, you know, um, it's not going to be around forever. So you better kind of, as they say, I don't know if it's a bad word, but shitter, get off the pot. When spirit cusses, I'm like, it's your spirit, that's your spirit guides. But so hopefully you said all that makes sense. Okay. So it just feels like, ooh, okay. And I feel like this eclipse energy is really helping too with that moon because it's the eclipses and Aries and all this are all about, endings and beginnings that come in. So all these cards. All right, this is yours over here. So let's see what we have here. We've got again the moon. Oh wow. I like it here. Moon card, and it says, "There is nothing sexier than my authentic truth." I love it. So true. So true. All right. Oh my gosh, it's almost 12:55 already. My goodness. Okay, everybody. Um, the great thing, Sundays, I always come back on to finish out everyone's readings. I'm just going to take some screenshots here because I'm going to be headed off here in a couple minutes to go spend some time with my Praying Mantis members. And so that'll be about an hour or so. And then I'm going to grab something to eat, most likely, unless I'm so hyper, I'm not hungry. But I will be back on and then I'll finish out all the donations. And I might try here We'll see how I feel as we get closer to it, but I might try having a chat on the second session. I just, you know, um, I'll just have to put a lot of warnings on the page and constantly say that I'm not taking any new readings. I'm not taking any new readings. I'm not taking any. I feel like I'm going to have to keep repeating it. I'm not taking any new readings because with the chat being there, people are going to want to put their questions in there. Um, so we'll see because I enjoy the chat, but I also feel bad about telling people no. Maybe that's my issue, you know? But I will return and I'll complete the readings, the donations first, and I will dive deeper into all those as well, of course. And um, but I'll complete all readings today. So everyone will get messages from Spirit. Um, and when I come back, I generally will, well, not generally, what I do is I put, there we go. I will put the order in which all the readings are going to be completed in the description box of the video. And then after I'm done, I put a pinned comment on the video stream itself. So you can see, okay, where am I at? While I'm actually live doing that. So I like that, that there. Hey, everybody. Um, thank you guys for your patience in getting to all your readings. And I'm so grateful for all of your love and support and for all the thumbs up. It does help spread the Zen love. Lets me know you're enjoying the readings. And thank you for being part of the love tsunami, sharing all the joy and all the love as well. Widow Timmy, let me take a look here. It should be up above, right? Let's see here. I'll just make sure. If you want to repost it. Oh, okay. A currency speculation. What does Spirit say about that? If that's the one, I do see that. There. Foreign currency. Yeah, I see those up in the chat here. So I do see it. I do see it. Oh, and then let me just grab a couple more that came in here. No, I did not complete yours, Guerra, yet. And so I've got Maria P and 2 for Maria P that I have not done yet. Sun and Moon, 1 of yours. Guerra, haven't done yours. Rocky's World, I haven't done yours. So those are the donations I haven't gotten to yet. And then I haven't got to any free readings yet. So, but I shall return. So thank you guys. And I'll see about having a chat because I enjoy our banter and all our feedback and stuff. But yeah, I'll have to think about that. All right. But I'll be back. And if you guys want to look at something, more messages from Spirit while you wait, if you haven't checked out the Aries moon reading for the eclipse coming up next week, there is the link for that. Also, Aries season. So, all you Aries sun babies, this is for everyone for Aries. And then also the Equinox readings that are good for 3 months for each of the elements. There's the playlist. So, and then I have a ton of other content. If you look at the description box of the video, it has playlists. Or if you go to my main page at the very top, it's all the new for 2025, right? All right, let me grab that 2 Aries. Okay. All right, there we go. All right. Oop, it's starting in a minute. So I'm going to head off. Much love to you, everyone. And remember, so we're going through our adventure that every second of every day of our lives, we truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you later, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. And remember, have fun because Spirit's been asking lately. Why are you being so serious? All right. I love you guys. We'll see you soon. All right. Let me hit the button here. See you.